Good morning. Good morning, guys. Hello, hello. It's early in the morning. Well, not early. It's early. Most people are probably headed to the office or something like that. So I have a few minutes, and I thought I would get on here and go over sit-ups and the right way to do sit-ups. Show you guys this. Show you how to do sit-ups to get more bang for your buck with sit-ups and doing them properly. And you'll notice a huge difference in your core strength if you start doing it this way. Good morning. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, guys. All right, we're gonna do proper sit-ups. Proper sit-ups for you guys and show you that. Might do a little bit of forward. We'll see. You can save this and do it later. Or I really don't know. I don't do lives on here that much. I don't know if they save. I don't know. Anyways, but just take from this how to do sit-ups properly, and you will notice a huge difference in your core strength when doing it. So most sit-ups, when we do them, we focus on the sitting up, okay, the flexion of the spine, which is fine, you know, you're working this side, but we don't pay a lot of attention to the lowering down of the sit-up, which is where the actual work is, because we're resisting the extension, right? So extension just means extended upright. So when we're standing up all day, we're extended. So we want to build strength in that position. So when we do our sit-ups, we need to work the resistance side. It says paused for connection. All right, we're back. Okay, so for a sit-up, all right, most people that I see do sit-ups do something like this. So they just flare down, okay? It's a whole lot of momentum, not a lot of technique in there, not really thinking about what they're doing. They just think if they come up and go back down, they must be doing something. Well, they're not. And there's a lot of exercises that you can use momentum or be going through the range of motion and you're actually not working what you think you're working when doing that. So, for a proper sit-up, okay, if you have a hard time getting your sit-up, you can put your arms over your head and kind of use them to thrust you up into that sit-up position, okay? If you can do a sit-up without your arms, you can keep them at your chest, you can put them at your side, whatever that looks like for you. Throw a dumbbell at your chest, okay? Whatever works for you. Let's focus on the lowering down now, all right? So I come up into my sit-up position. When I'm here, good morning, guys, you're gonna keep your pelvis tucked under, okay? So keep the pelvis tucked under and think about lowering down one vertebrae at a time, all right? So we come up with control, keep that pelvis tucked under and resist going down. And you will feel that core fire so hard trying to stabilize as you lower down, all right? So it's gonna slow your sit-ups down a whole bunch, which is what you want, right? You want control with this. Good morning, guys, good morning. All right, so it looks like this. Down, come up into our sit-up, keep our pelvis tucked, and lower down versus up and thrusting ourselves down. See the difference? This is momentum. All right, momentum. This is focused control. All right, and as you get stronger, obviously they'll get quicker when you do them. But focus on that with your sit-ups the next time you are doing it. And you want to have control with your lowering down on any of your movements. All right, so let's do a little bit of lower ab work. So if I've got my legs up in the air, I want to actively press my back down into the floor. There should be no arch, all right? Let me show you this. This is the way I test my clients to make sure that they're doing it correctly. If you take some kind of band, belt, anything that you've got, all right, and lay it down and put it, and you can do this for yourself at home, okay? Put this underneath that back, right there. Now, I've got my back pressed into the floor. I should not be able to pull that band out, okay? So if at any point during your core work, when we're focusing on that lower core, you can pull this band out, you are not properly activated. All right, so how to get that back down into the floor? Again, we tuck that pelvis under. So tuck the pelvis under and press that back into the floor. Bring your legs up into the air, keeping that back actively pressing into the floor, okay? Lower one leg as far as you can, keeping it pressed, all right? If you have to arch your back or you start to arch your back, bring the legs back up. You're not doing anything at that point, okay? Go slow, guys, and focus on form. Focus on form. All right, so again, lower core, pelvis is tucked, back is actively pressing the floor. Can't pull my band out. Gonna lower one leg at a time, like this. All right? Making sure that everything is nice and tight. This, guys, is how you're going to build a good, strong core, all right? Core is shoulder to hips. Abs are a part of our core section. So you want to focus on strengthening all of your spine, all right? So I showed you with sit-ups, how to focus on that and the lowering down. Lower core, same thing. Keep those hips down, keep your back. Use something on your back, test yourself like that to make sure you're doing it, and keep working at it so you can do it. It's gonna take a long time to build up good strength, just like it takes a long time to build strength in squats and lunges and presses, all that kind of stuff. Your core should be the same thing. You know, one thing that drives me crazy when I see movement, I'll go over a rotation movement as well. We'll go over, I'm just feeling it today. I'll show you guys all the stuff. So, one thing that drives me crazy is bicycles. When I see people doing bicycles like this, all right? The only thing we're doing is moving our knees in and out. We're getting a little hip flexion there. There's zero core activation, stabilization, work going on right there. So, a proper bicycle, okay? Again, test yourself with a band. Put it underneath that lower back, tuck the pelvis, actively press that back in the floor. Should not be able to pull that band out, okay? Bring the knees into what's called tabletop. Lift your shoulders off the floor. Chest is up, chin is up, guys. Not in our chest with a lot of spinal flexion putting tension on our neck. No. Chin up, eyes at the ceiling. Back in the floor, pressing the leg long and low and slow. Again, only pressing my leg as long and as low as I can, keeping my band or whatever's underneath my back on the floor. I'm able to pull it out. That leg needs to get elevated and work on building that core strength, okay? So right here is a proper bicycle where you're actually stabilizing and working that muscle group, okay? My next exercise that I see a lot of people doing incorrectly is Russian twists, all right? So they think the faster they go with Russian twists, the better they must be doing, and it's incorrect. It's called a Russian twist because you're supposed to rotate. So a lot of times you'll see people with a dumbbell or a med ball, and this is what their Russian twists look like. The only thing I'm doing is dropping my arm side to side. I have hardly any torso rotation with that whatsoever, okay? So they're just pounding away like this, or you see them up here and they're just back and forth like this, going so fast, thinking faster is better, and they just must be working the hell out of their core. Again, incorrect. Slow, control, and proper rotations. So, starting with your feet on the floor, you can get killer core work keeping the feet on the floor. We don't even have to bring them up in the air, okay, if you're doing it correctly. So lean back, weight is in the hips, no weight is in my feet. They are just straight balance when they're down here, okay? So they're down. So I want to rotate, fully take those shoulders with me. I always tell my clients, tap your weight on the floor behind your hip. That's a cue to make sure that we're fully rotating that shoulder or torso, taking our shoulders with us versus just dropping a weight side to side, okay? So lean back, core is activated, right here, up nice and tall, tap, tap. Feet can stay on the floor, tap. Most of the time I keep my feet on the floor, okay? Keep my feet on the floor, I work on leaning back, and I work on increasing my weight that I'm using for the rotation, all right? And I get more core activation and work doing that. But you can definitely bring those feet up in the air if you want that extra challenge, as long as you can maintain your balance and get a full rotation, okay? Full range of motion, guys, and proper form are always first. You always have to nail those down before you start increasing your weight, okay? So I hope that's helpful. All right, so I went over sit-ups, proper sit-ups. I went over lower core work, proper lower core activation, rotations with bicycles, and Russian twists. Those are like your 4 main staple core exercises. So if you're doing them correctly, like I showed you with this, those are killer. And you can do them all the time, increasing your weight, increasing your range of motion, and you'll get really, really good results from doing the exercises like that. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. I hope you use it. Let me know if it was helpful, or the next time you do some core work, you implemented these strategies and techniques in there, and if you felt a difference in it, and I promise you will. The stronger you can get the core, the better your other lifts and movements are going to get, your squats, your lunges, your presses, as well as obviously avoiding injury in the future with a good, strong core, shoulder to hips, protecting that spine. So, all right, guys, I hope you have a great Thursday, and don't forget, subscribe to my page here, go to my YouTube channel. I have tons of free workouts, tons of other informational videos about nutrition and workouts and all that kind of stuff that's helpful. So make sure you go over to my YouTube channel and subscribe to it as well. All my links are in my bio here on Instagram, so check it out. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Baby.